Hey guys, Mr. 46 Polygon Amateur is right now doing a co-host with KMC, but I'm here, Mr. 46, his creator, and in this we're going to be talking about courses. Ewan McGregor will return as Obi-Wan for the Disney Plus series. And I'm really excited for it. Alita Battle Angel penned for a Star Wars project, and I hope it's the Old Republic. I don't want to get for D.B. Weiss and David Benioff after what happened in Season 8 of Game of Thrones, to be honest. But although I do want Alita Battle Angel to step away from the politics. That's one thing I refuse to do, is let her, be political. After what she did with Alita Battle Angel. Mark Hamill had, as of course, paid tribute to both Carrie Fisher and Peter Mayhew, who both passed recently and I guess, wait, hold on. Delay Dawson has answers regarding to the main character of this, Cardinal from the Phasma novel, and the Black Spire. And after Geek City, my clone will be here to talk about Jedi Fallen Order, gameplay breakdown, and his thoughts on it, and of course the trailer also. And he's also going to be talking about the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga, even though it's too short for him to break it down. Even though it's too short for him to be breaking it down, he will definitely talk about that. And of course, Battlefront 2 will be after the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga. And then he'll break down both the gameplay and the trailer. And yes, that had been, he makes all E3, but he is really good at video games. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. But before we're going to get to real serious topics, let's get to the one that is not too serious. This one is the opposite. Hilarious. With Star Trek actor had trolled Mark Hamill. It's trolled Mark Hamill. And of course we're talking about Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner. Now, you guys are know why am I the only one? Why am I the only one who talks about? Well, I do have a talk with Star Trek. With William Shatner, yes. He's not much of a Star Wars fan like George Takei and John Cho, who is famous from Harold and Kumar, who's also the young Sulu. You know, who's the successor to the older Sulu, who is, of course, the broker of Star Peace, which means he's a fan of both. Well, you know, he is a star of Star Trek. He's also a fan of Star Wars. So am I, George. So am I. Well, Takai, not Lucas. But that has got to be the silliest thing that it's ever done, you know? Okay, guys, I'll be out for a bit, and of course, my clone is going to be talking about is going to be doing Geek City, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, everyone, I have 2 breaking news right now, and it's really, really important. Hold on, let me turn on the light so I can see more clearly. Yes, hold on. So, yeah, we have an issue right now of breaking news. Jedi Fallen Order is going to have a comic miniseries. And of course, it's announced that Marvel Comics is going to have the miniseries, which includes, of course, one of the characters of Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to be a prequel miniseries, which takes place before. It's going to take place right before Jedi Fallen Order in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple. It's Sire Junda is the Padawan, while her master is, of course, Ennio Cordova. And yeah, and that issue is with the planet. Is from the planet of Antutho. And the writer will be Matthew Rosengers. And the illustrator of the comic will be Paolo Fillinelli. Alright, now for second news. Second breaking news to talk about. Star Wars will come to D23 at August 23rd to see the trailer for The Mandalorian. Coming to Disney Plus at launch. And it's also coming at August 24th for The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I can't wait to see what they look like, but, you know. But, to be honest, guys, I'm not really looking forward to those, you know. And, you know, it's okay if you don't feel the same way. Okay, that's what I'm going to do out for breaking news. Now, let's get to the topics before my clone gets here. Okay, let's begin with the first that I discussed for the last 2 weeks when I wasn't really feeling that because I've lost. I had a sudden tragedy at Sunday, which was around a day before Memorial Day, which was, of course, a day before Memorial Day, that one of my former coworkers was killed in a car accident. But now I feel like I could do this. Alita Battle Angel Rider, Alita K is, of course, the writer of it. She has been pinned down for the Old Republic trilogy. Now, that one, I haven't... Now, before I would give you my thoughts, I haven't seen Alita Battle Angel, no. But I did see the Rotten Tomatoes scale of it. The audience loved it, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it 60%. Now, I am not going to get used to those odds, but hey. But for you, everybody, but for the Phantom Menace of Geeks and Gamers, keep begging me to go see Alita, not Captain Marvel. But I had to go see Captain Marvel because it's my podcast, and it's my job to do that, whether pandered or not. But for the Phantom Menace, I'm definitely going to buy Alita. I will definitely buy Alita Battle Angel, the movie. Well, not just because they are begging for it, but I would definitely love to do an Anna Monday review of it. But I won't be spoiling it like a superhero film, but however, I will definitely go get it on Blu-ray, and I will give you my thoughts on it. Because, it also has Robert Rodriguez in it. And I'm looking forward to the Old Republic trilogy with her on board. But just like that, yeah, like you say, I'm really, really, really excited for it. Sorry, Starburst Gummies. Sorry, this podcast is a paid video sponsor for gummies, for Starburst Gummies. But you know what? Actually, I am looking forward to that. The next two are going to be regarding to a Disney Plus series, and the author of the book in honor of Galaxy's Edge. Let's get to that book first, and then the series, and then my clone can come in. Let's go to her Twitter of Delia S. Dawson. The novel, the author of the novel, Star Wars Phasma, which is, of course, one of my favorite books of the sequel trilogy, and, of course, one of my favorite characters. She's more useful in comic books, more useful in books than in the movies. But here's what she has to say from Twitter, of course, from June 7th. She said, to answer your questions, Phi Moradi from Phasma is the main character of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Black Spire. Her name is pronounced Phi, not V. And if you guys want to know if Cardinal is in this book right after Phasma, she said yes. Phasma is in this book. Oh, sorry, that's the name of the book. I mean, the Cardinal, the character, who is Archex, the stormtrooper from Jakku, or should I say, the former stormtrooper under the Armitage Hux regime, who was more supportive in the Brendel Hux regime of the First Order. And she said, yes, Cardinal is in this book. And then, to ask when does it take place, she said that it takes place in Black Spire Outpost for Galaxy's Edge. And yes, what she meant by that is also, what she's saying is of course, it's as of course, the same place in Batuu as Thrawn Alliances. As Thrawn Alliances. And yes, we're also going to have a Crash of Fate in this. And she said it's the closest thing you'll get to visiting with a Rolex Star Wars story. Cool! And she said also, it's out August 27th. Oh yeah, well, 2 months is not quite a wait, but hey, I can wait. You can pre-order it from your local indie bookstores. Well, I pre-order it from Google. Sorry, from Amazon, thank you. Or from your usual online source, penguinrandomhouse.com. And she said you could get one signed at New York Comic Con. Damn it! I wish I was in New York instead of Texas, so I can meet her and ask her to sign if I could get Galaxy's Edge Black Spire, because I wanted to get this. And she also said it'll be available at Disneyland and Walt Disney World and Disney World at Orlando when Galaxy's Edge opens at August 29th. Wow. I can't wait to get this book. And yes, guys, I pre-ordered a book. I really did enjoy Phasma, the novel, where she's more strong than she was in the film, because in the film she don't do much. She don't kill, but in a novel she definitely killed. And in the comics, leave no witnesses. But other than that, I'm looking forward to this. Alright, the next one will be from me. But the main topics will be from my clone, Mr. 46.9 Amateur. And he's talking about, of course, it's video games. But I gotta cover this one first. And yes, they've already have confirmed it, of course. And of course, everyone's gonna ask me, why? Why? Oh, sorry, I'm gonna... Why am I going to do this? And ask, why wouldn't they do an Obi-Wan one? Well, good news is, of course, the Disney Plus series has confirmed to be an Obi-Wan TV series. Like I say, either movie or series, I wanted it. I wanted it, I wanted it, I wanted it. But, instead, they're going to be afraid if Ewan McGregor would be returning as Obi-Wan. Well, good news, Star Wars fans. And it turns out that Ewan McGregor will come back. And the Obi-Wan series will happen. Oh wait, hold on, let me check on mini-series? Bah. Well, like I say, it may happen, but although he'll be in the Rise of Skywalker cameo, but from what I heard, but like I say, it's just that it may happen, Has to be confirmed? I hope so. Who knows? Okay, guys, that's good about it for me. I'm gonna go and ow. Sorry, I've been sunburned after being stranded for 3 days while my clone is doing E3. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. And here's my clone, Mr. 4649 Amateur. Ow. And he's going to talk about this. He's going to talk about the video games from Battlefront to Jedi Fallen Order. Ow. Hey guys, I'm Mr. 4649 Amateur, and welcome to the last 3 topics. And yes, I'm going to have to do the outro for him. Ever since my creator had been stranded for 3 days and had suffered a really, really grueling sunburn. Me, on the other hand, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine right now. Although, that's quite a burn he's got. Other than that, just want to say, I'm looking forward to doing this. But which one I'm gonna do first? But which one will I do first? You may ask. Although, just like that, we are gonna have to cut right to the chase. We're gonna start off with Battlefront 2, which everyone, of course, is enjoying the most because now it's getting all it's getting all the prequels, namely from the Clone Wars, which is gonna come to Disney Plus. But Battlefront 2 will be adding Felucia. And of course, after all these years, with all the crashed speeders talk, the Droidicus in the Separatist class has finally been confirmed. Yeah, this is just one of those days. The Droidicus have finally been confirmed. And yes, Battlefront 2 will add the Droidicus, finally. But although coming in 2020 is a Lego game, all 9 films in one game, which is of course the Skywalker saga. That means other games will be, of course, from the complete saga. Episodes 1 through 6 will be remastered. But I don't know if we're going to have a talking in this, If we're going to have characters talking, like at the Lego Force Awakens. But, although, I'm just going to go ahead and say, what's going to include is The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, the infamous Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the, for this. But although this last one, it's the main topic, the main event for this is, of course, with the gameplay and the trailer for Jedi Fallen Order. That was recently shown at, the gameplay first at EA Play. And then, the next day, it was revealed at at the Xbox press conference. Alright, everyone. This is the moment I've been waiting for, of course. I'm going to break down the gameplay first. Where the guests are Stig Emerson of the director of Jedi Fallen Order, and Vince Zampella of course, Respawn Entertainment. And of course, Vince Zampella said, of course, this one is unedited. But although this one takes place at Set Post Order 66. And the game, the plan for the gameplay is Kashyyyk. But although the menu kind of looks nice, but could have put a little more oomph. Because it's space. But then we saw our hero, Cal Kestis, played by Cameron Monaghan. For those who you know him from Gotham and Shameless. It's in because he did the there's a vibe of Uncharted, going through the walls and a wall climbing like on Titanfall. And then we see him having a conversation with Saw Gerrera, who is voiced by or played by none other than Forrest Whitaker. And yes, and before he left, he gave Cal the map where it says Forest Trench, and his mission is to release the imprisoned Wookiees held by the new Empire, held by the former Republic forces, who are now the Empire. And yes, he was getting to there, and he faces the stormtroopers. Before he could do that, he had to swing on a vine like Tarzan. But usually, thankfully, he didn't crash into trees like George of the Jungle. And then he was fighting the stormtroopers. And then BD1 is really, really helpful. And he knows how to hack. But then we saw scout troopers with not snipers, but sword. Wait. Let me see if I got this right. There's a scout trooper with the same costume as the scout trooper. But it's not a scout trooper because it don't have any sniper rifle. Okay then. But that was it. But I do like the fighting style. Really nice. And then we saw the encounter of the Purge Troopers. Of the Purge Trooper. Well, there's one. Said, I will make you hurt. He don't sound like Tamora Morrison or Dee Bradley Baker. Even though these are the last Django troopers. Last of the Django clones. Even though they're on a hunt against Jedis. But then, they were down. Although, he must free the Wookiees that saw him. And then go down, and we see stormtroopers, scout troopers with swords, and a flame Imperial trooper. And then with BD1 doing the activation for this. Yeah, doing the activation for this. Other than that, it's just really helpful. There's stormtroopers encountering the spiders, which are the Wixac spiders. Wow. Just like that. You know, if you're not a fan of spiders, you might not want to play that game for you, because it might be not for you, because if you have a certain phobia for spiders. But then he had that Force memory where he can remember of the dead stormtrooper he just saw. And then of course, he encountered a much larger spider. And yes, you know, and I like the other style, even though it has a 5 of Uncharted and Titanfall, and with the element of the Force Unleashed and Jedi Academy. This one, that right there, it has a vibe of God of War. And then one of the scout troopers have referenced an Obi-Wan. Say, well, at least we have the high ground. Okay then. Yeah, that is kind of cheesy, but only Obi-Wan gets to say that. Okay. We see 2 stormtroopers, 2 scout troopers, and another purge trooper. But then, whoever played as Cal Kestis had defeated the purge trooper. But here's a lesson, guys. Do not, and I mean do not ever use force pull on a purge troopers, because they can retaliate with their stun staff. Their stun staff at the, go boom. You know? That's what I'm just saying, you know? But then he sees a Wookiee and he's gonna set him free. But there's an Imperial KX droid that kind of looks like K2SO, but this droid is not voiced by Alan Tudyk. It's an actual security droid. But then that must be it. Now, for the trailer I just saw. I'm gonna break this down to you, the Jedi Fallen Order trailer. And we see the water of the planet of Kashyyyk with BD1 popping out. And then Cal Kestis going in the AT-AT or the AT-ACT, or the AT-ACT, all-terrain armored cargo transport. And then Cal entered it and knocked out both Imperial troopers. He's controlling the walker, but then Sagraer enters, not inside, but on top of the AT-AT, or AT-ACT. He asks them, "Hey, who are you?" And we hear the voice of Forrest Whitaker in there. And two introduced, Evan Sase, "Who are you?" And say, you have a name? And Cal replied with, Cal Kestis. And then he replied back with Sakurera. And then with the when I was Cal doing here, he said he's here on Jedi business. But then Saw told him that the Jedi are dead. But Seer, played by Deborah Wilson, who you know her as Whitney Houston and Oprah Winfrey from the Fox sketch comedy Mad TV, saying, not all of them. But although Cal had throws his lightsaber at the stormtroopers, and then BD-1 just hacks, and then there's a cutscene with the Purge Trooper that say, this November. And then fight a Purge Trooper and the Spider. And the Imperial ship was destroyed, and then Cal has saw that, no, we have to stop them. But then Saw replied with, that's the plan. And see a saber to the KX droid while cuts it down. Then the Cal has holding the lightsaber, but then Saw replied with, of course, the Jedi are not yet lost. And then he's like, after that, he's like, the hope is not yet lost. But the TIE Fighter did a kamikaze. Well, actually, the ship had just cut through the TIE Fighter and then went to the walker. But there's some more cutscenes, and then after the title, it cuts to Cal and BD-1 survived the explosion. Yes. And BD-1 asked about Cal if he's okay. He said, yeah, I'm okay. You alright? And then BD-1 say, yeah, I'm alright. And asked if they can do that again. Asked him if he wants to do that again. But Cal just said in a smile, no, we're not doing that again. Yep. Alright, guys. That's going to do about it for the Wednesday Awakens. And also, that's going to do about it for Jedi Fallen Order. Now, I am really beyond excited for this game. Next is Animal Crossing New Horizon, which I couldn't get the name, but now it's called the New Horizon. And of course, I would definitely get some Watch Dogs, but also I can't wait for the Avengers, even though they're going to be at 2020. Alright, guys, that's going to be about it. I will see you guys next time. Well, the podcast, I will see you guys soon. And my creator will be back next week. And until then, from me, from him, to you, the listeners, and a game over, and have a happy E3.